Hello, my friends. Welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sana. If you have not subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. I would love to have you along on my journey, and I would love to follow your journey as well. So go ahead and leave me a comment if you are new here and tell me a little bit about yourself. So I am going to go ahead, as always, and have this intro being followed by the meals that I had for this past week. But I wanted to be able to give you guys an update because these vlogs that I'm currently doing is all about the pregnancy. So I actually have my appointment in a few days. I am excited. I am also nervous as well because it is going to be my first OB appointment since I found out about this pregnancy December 30th of last year. And if this is too much TMI, too much information for anybody, as you all know, I like to be transparent as possible with you all because I just see it as a form of awareness as well as education for anybody else that might be experiencing the same, or possibly somebody just needing to know the knowledge of what somebody else went through in case they end up going through it one day. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I have been having for almost a week now. So it started on Saturday. And as some of you know, I already have two children. So they were the only pregnancies I've had. I have not had any other pregnancies before. So I have not had previously before any pregnancies that had miscarried. So they were only my two pregnancies, and thankfully I was able to carry them both to what would be considered full term. So I have been experiencing a discharge that I have never experienced before with either of my two previous pregnancies for both of our sons. I explained it to the OB nurse, and she also spoke with the doctor as well. They both agreed what I'm describing is very normal, that happens for some pregnancies. For me, obviously, it was alarming because if you've never experienced it before and you are carrying a life, you are completely on caution about it, and you get nervous, you get scared. So you can only imagine I was feeling all the emotions that could be felt when that had happened. So they basically explained to me that they are going to keep my appointment as is. They did not feel alarmed that they wanted me to schedule my appointment any sooner and, be seen as a possible emergency situation. So I'm still going to be going for my appointment this Friday. So we will basically see what happens. So Friday is going to be January 19th. So that's when I'll be able to probably have a kind of a calmness and to put me at peace about possibly what may be going on, because that appointment is going to include not only a transvaginal ultrasound to find out my expected due date, baby sizing, and all of that good stuff that happens with that ultrasound, but I'm also going to be meeting with the OB. So I'm going to be meeting with the doctor. So thankfully, I'll be able to have basically both of those slots for that Friday appointment that would be able to provide a lot of information if anything should be going on. We're just going to hope for the best. I have definitely been praying. I am a praying person. So as you all know, I don't like to make anything about religion, but just to share with anyone that is a believer, I have been praying hard. Best believe I have been praying hard to make sure everything goes well and everything goes as smooth as it can go, because as all of you know, I am definitely somebody that can most certainly roll with the punches, but when you have another life involved, you definitely want grace to be shown to that new life being brought into the world. So, appetite wise, I have started to pick up my appetite again. So, you all are going to see that I've been incorporating a lot of bone broth because the warmth of it has definitely helped incorporating it as my first meal, especially when I have the decreased appetite. But aside from that, when I did end up getting my appetite back to be able to have something for a first meal, nothing too drastic as far as portion, because I'm still not at the point where I'm able to have the appetite like I did before throughout my 1 year of carnivore. I am basically at the point where I'm simply able to have maybe like 2 or 3 eggs, maybe possibly like a burger patty with it. So I'm noticing as time goes, I'm definitely getting some appetite back for that first meal, but I'm going to still go ahead and incorporate the bone broth because, as I said, the warmth of it has really been helping me, has really been comforting to me. I have not had a true morning sickness experience. I have felt just the feeling of just feeling a little kind of uncomfortable and not too bad of a nausea, but it does seem like it is possibly nausea that is happening, but it has been very bearable. I can definitely tell you with the 2 previous pregnancies that I have had, uh, as you all know, they are definitely years apart. And still, yet, with them being years apart, I still experienced a lot of nausea, a lot of vomiting throughout both of those pregnancies. That literally, for both of them, I literally lost 80 plus pounds for each of those pregnancies because of how sick I was throughout majority of the pregnancy. But thankfully, so far so good. So I don't know if that is basically crediting towards this way of eating, if it's basically helping with the nausea. I am uncertain of that as of yet. We'll have to see how things go because I am still very much early on in this pregnancy. So we will kind of just keep an eye on that and continue to take notes on it, and we will see how it goes. And once I'm able to pass what is considered the first trimester nausea phase, we can kind of look at that a little bit more closely to find out if this way of eating possibly contributed to helping with the nausea for me. It would be great if it does, because that, of course, is another non skill victory that I will be more than happy to claim. All right, my friends, so I will certainly update you all come my next upload on how my OB appointment goes come this Friday, January 19th. So, wish me the best. I hope everything goes well, as I said. But go ahead and enjoy the meals. Anyone that is new here, you will see my meals are super simple. I love embracing the simplicity about this way of eating. It has just been completely amazing to just do some quick meals and still know that it's good for me, good for my body, and know that I'm still reaching my goals even throughout this pregnancy. All right, my friends, as always, I want to thank you all for watching. As always, I appreciate you all. Until the next one, take care, my friends. Hello, my friends. It's Thursday, January 11th, and I'm going in with my first meal. As you can see, I keep my meals really, really simple. So I just have 3 hot dogs and I have a total of 6 scrambled eggs. So these are those eggs that I showed you guys that I get from Costco, the heirloom eggs. Like I said, do not worry about doing anything fancy when it comes to your meals, especially the type of eggs that you use. I just really like the way that the yolks are on this, and I enjoy the taste. At least for me, I recognize a difference in the taste, so that's why I settle on getting the bougie eggs. But you do you, it's not really going to make too much of an impact on your journey. So you do you and fit what is in your budget. And as you can see, this meal is definitely budget friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in because I got to get back to work. But this is what's going to do me for this first Thursday meal. Hello, my friends. It's Thursday night, and as you can see, I do not have a plate of food yet. Have a cup here of some chicken broth. So it comes in these individual single stick packs. I'll go ahead and show you all the ingredient listing if I can find it here. So this has have a few carbs in it. I am okay with that because this is what I'm actually going to be having for my dinner. I spoke with the OBGYN nurse earlier today, and I'm just having some growing type of pains with the baby. Not any nausea, not any morning sickness. She said, do what you gotta do. She said that main focus is keep yourself hydrated. So that's what I'm gonna do because I do not want to take any of the anti-nausea medication, which she said is completely fine because that means, I'm just gonna have to kind of bear through whatever I'm going through and to keep away from any type of pain meds or anything anti-nausea if possibly, these little stirring around of pains is the kind of the beginning of that. So as you can see, it's not super clean ingredients if you are doing like a strict version of carnivore, but it works for me and my journey and what I am trying to accomplish at this stage of my journey. So it does make a really nice rich broth as you can see, but this is what I'm going to go in with for this Thursday night. Hello, my friends. It is Friday. I'm going in with my first kind of meal. I really felt really good last night having this Lono Life chicken bone broth, and that's what I'm going to go in with my first meal for this Friday. I just have not really been having a appetite at all. I've for sure been keeping liquids down because currently right now it's almost about 11 a.m. and I've already had like 3 16.9 flow ounces of water, which is definitely normal for me. So liquid wise, I'm still keeping down my liquids just as I normally would when it comes to just having just plain water or some sparkling water. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this, but this is what I'll be going in with for this first little bit of something kind of meal for this Friday. Hello, my friends. For this Friday night's dinner, I'm going in with just some simple meatballs. This is some 8515 grass-fed beef that I purchased at Aldi. I am not someone that is pro always get grass fed. I get whatever is on sale, and this was on sale, so I had grabbed a bunch at that time. I seasoned it for these seasonings that do not hinder me. So, as I always say, you do you when it comes to the seasonings. But I seasoned it with Redmond salt, some onion powder, and some garlic powder. And I added in some shredded cheddar cheese. I just purchased it on the block at Aldi and I just shred it myself. And I just used a big ice cream scooper and had them portion out into the same size balls because it definitely makes it easy when it comes to the baking time that they can all bake evenly. It is not about the aesthetics of them all looking the same. It is simply just so they are all thoroughly done at the same time. I baked these for 350 degrees Fahrenheit on my convection bake setting in my oven for 20 minutes. And as you can see, the juices run clear by that point. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in and enjoy a bunch of these and enjoy a movie with my husband. I hope everyone has a great weekend. See you come our Saturday meals. Hello, my friends. For this Saturday morning, I'm going to go in with one of these. They're individually packed sticks of bone broth. I am going to just mix some up in some water. I do not have any appetite for this first meal. No matter how long I postpone, something about my body just does not want to intake any food early on. It definitely is related to the pregnancy because
I have been known to be able to take down a lot of meat for both of the meals. So usually when I do two meals a day, I don't have any problem in taking a lot of meat. But I don't have any appetite. So I'm just rolling with it. As the OBGYN nurse that I spoke with, she said that that is quite all right. Just go ahead and just hydrate, try to get in, as many nutrients as I can. According to, this way of eating that I'm following, they were definitely fine with it. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy one of these just to kind of show you all the nutritional facts. So I know some try to stay as close to zero carbs as they can with their carnivore way of eating. So this might be something more so on the ketovore spectrum. And I am fine with it having three total carbs with this pregnancy. I am trying to do what I can to get something in my body for this first meal. Definitely, I don't want to just stick with an OMAD, a one meal a day. I'm trying to get in at least something in my body. So I feel these are really going to work for me. These were on sale. They were marked down for, I believe it was $7.99. And normally, I believe they were priced at $10.99. So I grabbed two of the packets of it because this is definitely going to come in very useful for me for that first meal that I'm having to intake. So I'm going to go ahead and mix one up in some hot water and enjoy it. So this is definitely going to be something that is going to be consistent for my first meal. I do not mind showing it to you all. It's definitely just something simple and easy. So I don't know if I'll continue to show this mixed up. If I do have this, I'll just go ahead and just show the packaging and kind of show you guys what I'm having for my dinners. But I'm going to go ahead and mix one up and start enjoying one. Hello, my friends. For this Saturday night, I'm going to go in with a simple, easy dinner. It is the 75/25 pre-made frozen Aldi burger patties. I have three here that you could hardly see them because I stacked some extra sharp cheddar slices in between, but it is simply just salted with some Redmond salt and some garlic powder. So as you can see, I did prepare a ton for leftovers and then for my family to enjoy as well. So this is what I'm going to go in with for this Saturday night, keeping it simple, keeping it easy, but still keeping it delicious. Hello, my friends. For this Sunday first meal, as I mentioned before, I'm going to go in with just this Bare and Bones bone broth instant beverage mix. Yesterday, I actually went in with having two servings of it, and I felt amazing. It's kind of like all that I needed was just something warm and just liquidy in my stomach. I was not in the mood for any solids, kind of like what's been happening these past week. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare one, see how I do. And if I do need to have another, I'm not going to feel guilty about it. So this is going to be my first meal for this Sunday. All right, my friends, for the Sunday night's dinner, we have plenty of leftovers because I made a huge batch compared to what I showed you all of the burgers as well as the meatballs. I had like two trays worth of the burgers and then I had three trays worth of the meatballs. So I made tons to be able to kind of carry me over for the beginning of this week. So I don't want any cheese on these burgers since I'm going to be enjoying some with the meatballs. But this is what's going to do me for this Sunday night is just two burger patties as well as three meatballs. I'll see how I feel after this. And, if need be, I'll go in with a little bit more of one or the other. But this is going to do me for this Sunday night. Hello, my friends. It is Monday midday. I got a bunch of stuff done in the house. I have off today as it's Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. So appreciative to have the day off. I definitely could use some rest and relaxation as well as catching up on some stuff in the house. So for the first meal, as the usual, I'm going in with a stick of this beverage mix that I've been showing you all. I'm going to go ahead and see how I do with one. I only had one the other day. I know the previous day I mentioned that I had two, but one kind of do me for the previous morning. So I will see, just as always, how I do and have more if need be. But this is going to do me for this Monday midday first meal. All right, my friends, to wrap up for this week of meals, I'm still going through a lot of the prepping that I did when it came to the burgers as well as the meatballs. So I'm going to keep it simple for this Monday night, use up the leftovers, part of the Waste Not Want Not Club for sure. But this is what I'm going to go in with, a 2 for 2 of each, and I will see how they do me. And as always, I will take more if need be by listening to my body. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dive in for this Monday night's dinner.